Hello FlightSimmers, welcome back to the channel and welcome to rainy Lyon airport here today. We are sitting here in the Embraer 170 from FSS, and it is rather newly released. It has been added for free to the existing 175 package, and yeah, now we get the chance to fly the baby Embraer. Very cute, short little plane in my opinion. Sitting here today in the Hop colors, which is sort of the local domestic subsidiary of Air France, and we will be on a very short flight down to Marseille. I think the flight time will be less than half an hour, so it's just a very small little hop. And yeah, I'm very curious to try out the Embraer again. They have brought not only the new model, the 170, but also they have released a bunch of updates basically every second week, like they promised in the beginning. So now this aircraft is getting better and better. I was surprised by how many small changes there are. We will have a look at them inside the flight deck in just a second. Yeah, of course, the only thing still missing is the VNAV basically, and also the LNAV has some bugs and struggles. I did a test flight yesterday, but other than that, I think it's becoming more and more fun to fly this aircraft, and thus I wanted to take this chance today to give it another try and see what has changed. For some reason I can't get GSX to work. Might be because I don't have a profile for this aircraft set up yet. Might also be a GSX bug, I don't know for sure actually, but never mind. We will be able to handle without GSX, and so let's get to it. So here we are on the flight deck. We will take it from cold and dark today. Inside the flight deck, of course, on the first glance not much has changed. I think they've added a little bit of sort of used textures, wear and tear, that kind of stuff to make it look a little bit less artificial in this flight deck, and I think that works out quite nice. We can see here there's some dirt strains and so on. Other than that, there's been a few changes to the EFB. We now have a SimBrief integration. I've loaded in the flight already, so we are connected here. That is very cool. Also, we now have a departure, a takeoff calculation. We will check that out in a second. Still wait, and all this stuff is done through the normal the normal Microsoft FlightSim menu. And also there's a throttle calibration now, which I've set up according to my profile. So there's a few cool things, and the most important thing, in my opinion, is that we now have decent FPS on the flight displays. That was really a slideshow before that, but now it seems to be all smoothed out and works very nice in my opinion. Also performance-wise, absolutely perfect. I had no struggles whatsoever on my test flight. Currently we are on version 099, released on the 26th of April 2023. So a fairly new version we are flying here. Okay, I would say let's get to it. I've loaded up the aircraft according to our flight plan. So fuel just 3 tons and zero fuel 29.96 tons. Yeah, I think it's pretty much fully loaded up, but that's what SimBrief gave me, so we will go with that. Right, so let's do some stuff. I will not run through the pre-checks as I've loaded in cold and dark, and thus we know it's all set up accordingly. And yeah, once again, I'm not a real pilot. I don't know much about the E-Jet, so I hope I don't mess up anything big time. But yeah, I will just do it to the best of my knowledge, and we will see how far this gets us. Looking no takeoff config, yeah, it's kind of obvious. I'm just looking for the electrical page. So that's just from the batteries now. I do want to have the ground power connected in use. And there it is, now it's powering the aircraft. Sweet. Then also we want to arm the emergency lights, no smoking lights, and nav lights like that. So very brief setup on the overhead panel. Right, then we can continue to the MCDU basically. Okay, seems like there's still some checks running in the background. Okay, so we are sitting at Lyon. Let's do some setup menu. Sorry, not menu. Oh, where was that? Performance in it. I think pretty much unchanged over here. We have a cruise level of 190 today. So that's flight level 190. That did not work out. 190 like that. That looks good. Cruise wind 275 at 31. And zero fuel weight. Can we pull that? No. So we will just take it from here, which is 2996. 29960. Cross weight. Okay, next page. Yeah, regarding the speeds, we cannot change anything on here yet. So that's still that. Then we go to the route. We have it load in from SimBrief, which is very cool. Call sign today is gonna be Air France. Oops, Air France like that. 58 Golf Juliet. 8 Golf Juliet flight ID. For the departure then, we will be departing towards the south. That's runway 17 right. And then we will fly the Roman departure. Roma for Sierra like that. Apply. Okay, for the rest of the routing, we're gonna fly from Rome via Alpha 6 to Mike Tango Lima. Let's see how we set up that. Alpha 6 to Mike Tango Lima. Sweet. And then from there it's the arrival already. Very, very short flight, and that will be on 31 left. Oh, it's an RNAV only. Oh, yeah, that might be an issue. I'm not sure if we can even fly RNAVs. So let's try 31 right, ILS Zulu. Maybe that's better then. And this will be the Mike Tango Lima arrival. Ah, that's the transition, right? Okay, and let's have a look at the charts. I don't know that by heart. So approach for Marseille on 31 right. Initial approach, ILS Zulu. Gemco, I would assume. Or Dolev even. Yeah, maybe Dolev makes even more sense. Yeah, so we take the arrival route to Dolev, then fly this very cool routing straight over the airfield, left-hand turn. Nice, should be fun. Dolev, and then it's the one Delta. Apply. Okay, so that's all in here. I hope this all works out according to plan. Performance we have done. Now we do the takeoff. So we have wet conditions today. And now it's fun because we can take all the weather data from the EFB. So departure. I think that's all pulled from the aircraft, so that's fine. Runway 17 right, conditions wet, flap 2. Wind 133 at 2, calculate. So let's go 133 at 2 in here. And now to the manifest, and here we have the data. So takeoff, weight 32.7. Center of gravity, 0 fuel weight, center of gravity 17.4. I think we still need to enter that somewhere. Acceleration 1000, that's fine. Flap 2, V1 128, VR 134, V2 143, VFS 189. I think that's the speed for the one engine in-op speed, which we want to get to. It's going to be a takeoff 1 and 1 at 85.5. No flex temperature, if I see that correctly. Okay, let's see what which parts of the data we can put in here. I don't think we can put all actually, but let's see. So takeoff temperature 14. So we don't need anti-ice as well. Takeoff 1, 129. That's 128, 34, 43. So let's go 128, 34, 143. And that's 189. Takeoff pitch. It says 7.6 on here. The issue is 7.6 is out of the green zone, so I don't really understand how this comes together. So we just leave it at that. Climb, transition, or I don't know. Let's find out. Is 5000. So speed 300.75 Mach, cruise altitude 190, and here I think it will also be 5000. Landing I will do later. Okay, so I believe we have everything we need. Let's go ahead and fire up the APU. Seatbelts. Let's do the beacons as well. And we will come back to the ground. Close that door. Also, I need to set in a few things. Altitude. We are flying offline, so I will put it to cruise 190, just to make it easy for us. And there it is. This goes to hectopascal. 1016 was that in line? Yeah, 1016. That's fine. Speed, I want to go V2 plus 10, so 153. Oops. 153 and runway heading. It's just straight out, right? It's just. Oh, why can't I? Oh, there we go. Just straight out, 2500 above. Roman. It's really just a straight departure. So that's gonna be heading 174. There it is. Okay, then we will use nav. So LNAV is armed, and then I will go flight level change, but I don't think I can do that just yet. Okay. Right, electrical. We have APU powering the aircraft. That's absolutely perfect. And so I will see if I should run some checklists. Safety and power before start checklist, then fuel quantity. It's checked, APU is on, MCU is set, altimeters are set, 1016, passenger signs are on, doors and windows are closed and locked, red beacon is on, parking brake is set. Okay, engine start procedure, we don't really need that to do the engine startup, and then we will ask for pushback. Okay, parking brake released.
Commencing push. All engines clear, start at will.
And off we go. 5 minutes behind schedule, but I think that's fine. Right, so we can fire up the engines. Startup is very simple. Just checking the overhead, but that's looking good. Strobes are not on. Right, so starting engine number 1. Start. As simple as that. Now we can see N2 rise. And that's already generator 1 working quite early.
Set parking brakes.
Unpin to ground. You have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Okay, so I think that's stabilized, so we can close the guard. Same procedure on engine number 2. Very straightforward. Okay, so we do have 2 good engine starts, closing that guard, and then we will put the electric hydraulic pump alpha 2 on. APU's coming off. Ground power is still available. That's a bit odd. That should not be the case. We have a flap 2 takeoff, so flaps position 2. Trim I will just leave at 4.0. This is coming to RTO. We will do a flight control check. Full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, rudder, full right and full left. Wonder why this is white while the others are green. But I don't know. I don't know much about this aircraft, so there's nothing I should look into right now. Still quite interesting. Okay, map, and I believe we're good to go. So let's do the nose and side taxi lights, and we are good to go. I haven't done the checklists now, but I think should be fine. After start check, the flight controls checked. Pitch trim is 4.0. Takeoff data is checked. ICAS is checked. Flaps are set. Position 2, that's checked. Taxi checklist, ICAS checked. Brake temperatures I have not checked, but I assume that's on here as well. Status maybe? Okay, wherever, I don't know. Anyhow, let's get rolling. Okay, so we are coming up to Alpha 3, and I think this will be certainly enough runway for us to get airborne. Although we have not calculated for it, but it will be fine. I think intersection data is something which we don't have in the takeoff calculator yet, so we need to handle without. But never mind. Very important, we need to do the TO config.
Takeoff okay.
Takeoff okay, and then let's call it cleared for takeoff, strobe lights, sterile flight deck. I believe that's what this is for. And then we are ready to rock and roll. Transponder. Radio TRA Spawned up 1000. And then also the map settings. Navits we don't need. Vertical profile I think would be fun. TCAS as well. So let's do it. Yeah, and then I believe auto thrust also needs to be armed. Let's see how this works out. Okay, so let's rock and roll. Let's see how this aircraft flies after all these updates. Power's coming in. Flight director maybe would be a good idea. And take off. Let's take off thrust. Auto thrust not kicking in yet. But never mind. We are take off thrust, that's fine. Actually quite a bit of distance we need here. One rotate.
5.
And pulling up. We're airborne. Positive radius coming up. And I have to say it handles very, very nice. LNAV engaged. There's the flight director, perfect. Now we go flight level change. And autopilot on.
1000.
Yeah, I would need to go a bit of a right-hand turn there, kind of missed that. Okay, now we will speed up. Let's go speed. Actually, we can go all the way to 250. That should be fine. Flaps 1. And flaps up. And now I need... where do I find that again? Climb power. Shoot, there was some page in here where we can select the power settings, because now we're running at full power and climbing like a bat out of hell. I can't find that now. Okay, let's see some checklists. Did I forget the before takeoff checklist? I did indeed. But we all that's set after takeoff. Channel land gear up, flaps up, external lights as required. So taxi lights coming off. Right. So we are on our way to Marseille. That's already flight level 905. So this goes to standard. Reaching the cloud tops, flight level 100, lights off, and speed to 300. Like that. Okay, I'm still just looking for that page. I know it's somewhere in here. I just... don't know where to find it. Ah, there is TRS. Because we are at Toga 97.1, now we're running 99.5. Climb would be 87.8. So how do I? How can I dial back on the power? That's the one thing I'm missing here right now. But anyhow, we will. I mean, we're climbing fast, so we're doing fine. Okay, guys. Very brief music and cruise mode, and then I will meet you back for arrival into Marseille. Enjoy. Okay guys, just 21 minutes into the flight and we are already back to flight level 100 in just a second. Currently slowing down to 40 knots. We are on flight level change. We are descending down to flight level 80 since that's the altitude I want to be at Lacas, which is just over the airfield, flight level 80. And then over the airfield 5000 is going to be after that. And then yeah, turning a little bit towards the ILS. That's the plan. ILS frequency 111.15 at heading of 312, so we will set that up in a second. Right now let's make sure that we have the landing lights set. Let's do it like this, so we assume when we are clear to land we put the nose lights on. And yeah, there it is. Marseille Airport. Nicely located here in this big bay. So very cool. We are 3 miles from Lacas, so let's keep descending down to 5000, and then we can also go to local altimeters, which for Marseille are 1014, wind 4 knots, 270. Variable winds, cab okay, 17 degrees, so nice weather. 1014 is set. Minimum 360 is set already. Yeah, so regarding flying the aircraft, I think it's still not ready to be flown on FlightSim or EVGA or any other online network. It's just VNAV and LNAV still a bit buggy. Sometimes the aircraft takes a little bit strange turns, in my opinion. So that's something which still needs to be sorted out before we can fly this on the network. But anyhow, I'm gonna take a bit of a conclusion there after our landing. Now let's focus on flying. So EBLE max 230. Let's make sure to slow down to 230 then. Descending down to 5000, that's max 230. And then Matra 4000, max 200, okay. Yeah, I've set auto brakes medium. That should easily do the job. We for the landing. I completely forgot landing. Runway heading was, what was it? 311 I said? 312. Runway heading 312. We have powers coming in. Yeah, that's odd. We're still flight level. Ah, it disengaged. Why did it disengage? Okay, down to 4000. I need the weather again. Temperature 17 and wind 270 at 40. I think it did it again. Ice, no landing. These are the speeds. Approach 127. We can also go flap 5. Okay, never mind. Yeah, sorry, I just need to focus on flying here. I don't know why it disengages all the time. Down to 4000. Let's go speed 200. Yeah, so right now LNF is looking good. We seem to be on track, and then that's gonna be POMAC for the ILS maximum 200 at 3000. Okay, let's make sure we set it now so we are playing it safe. I don't want to come in too high. This is really a beautiful approach. We could go flap 1, so let's do it. We are below green dots, so flap 1. There we can see the flaps coming out. And now I just want to make sure to stay in flight level change. Pretty much spot on 4000. I think we're doing quite well. At least up to this point. Now it's going back to altitude, okay. Yeah, that's also a bit weird. We should technically still be flying into POMAC, but now it's flying into the next RNAV fix in there. So yeah, still not 100% smoothed out. Okay, POMAC 200 at 3000, and then we will turn on the ILS. So I will now go heading select. We will switch to localizer 1 and set the course to 312. Was it 312? I think it was, yeah, 312. And then we should very soon be able to capture the ILS. Just 8 miles, is that right? Oh, it is. We are quite close. We are quite close. Okay, so let's go flap 2, slow down a bit more, speed. What's there? 170. And then I will go. We can go nav, localizer captured. Turning left and also going approach. Glide slope captured. Cool. Go around altitude 4000. And there is the runway straight ahead. Get down. Flaps 3. Speed 127 is the approach, I believe. Yeah, so there we're doing flap full. I think there's also an option to do flap 5 landing. But let's take it nice and slow today. Okay, flaps full. Landing checklist. ACAS checked. Landing gear down. 3 green. Flaps full and green. Landing checklist completed. Okay, let's do some flying. Let's do some flying. First, the auto throttle. And then I take the aircraft. Let's see how this works. Good conditions, barely any wind. So no excuse for bad landing. Watching the speed. I think I see 2 whites, 2 reds. It's a bit shaky, but I think that's FSRealistic. I should have dialed down the settings a little bit more. But yeah, the handling is super easy. For some reason it's very intuitive. I find it easier compared to 737, for example. Let's see how this works. Bang on profile. Closing the throttle, and there we are. 30, wow. Okay, the callouts have been super wrong. Reverse thrust, decel. Yeah, I was kind of waiting for the 50 callout, but it never came, so I started the flare. Just on visual judgment, but I think it was okay. A little bit hard, the touchdown, but right in the touchdown zone, so I'm happy with that. And here we are. Welcome to Marseille, ladies and gentlemen. Flaps up. Flight time 31 minutes. And I think I need to take another right-hand turn over there. We will go to the back side of the terminal. That's where they usually park up. Oh, and now I did actually forgot the nose landing lights. Never mind. Strobes off. Alright. Very good stuff. Okay, stand to Charlie, that's our gate. APU is running. I should maybe switch off the taxi lights now. And let's see which GSX. Oh, I have two marshallers. Now which one should I trust? I have no idea. I don't know. Trust this one. Yeah, that looks good. I think that looks good. Parking brake. APU is running. Let's double check the ELEC page. But I think as soon as we will kill the engines. Yeah, APU comes into power. Nice. So here we are. Let's go beacons, seatbelts, and already have the GPU available. It's still a bit unrealistic, but never mind. Let's ask for the boarding. Not sure if this works here.
The boarding requested.
It's not moving. I actually think it's because of the missing aircraft config. But never mind. Here we are. Do we have a shutdown checklist? Parking checklist. Parking brake is set. Thrust lever is idle. Engines are stopped. Passenger signs are off. Red beacon is off. Hydraulics. That's a good point. Let's check hydraulics. Probably still need to power down this one. And I don't know, this one as well? Or ELEC pumps? I don't know. I will leave it as it is for now. So, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on this Embraer 170 flight. First one on the channel. I think it's the Embraer from FSS group becomes better and better. I can totally see it being a very, very cool little plane to fly on short hops, even on the network at some time in the future. It already handles very well, and I am especially sort of not surprised, but I'm yeah, they regarding the recent updates or the regular updates, they said they bring updates every 2 weeks, and they actually delivered on that, and that's a rare thing in the FlightSim community. But so hats off to the developers. They are doing a great job, and I think within no time we're gonna have a super nice small regional airliners to fly around on the network, and I'm very much looking forward to that. But for now, thanks for joining me on this Embraer 170 flight, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.